When you take the GMAT, you have the option of ordering your enhanced score report for $30. This report, which is only available with the real GMAT, provides valuable insights on how you performed and can help you identify areas where you need more help. Now, because the ESR is only available with the real GMAT, before today, you potentially needed to spend $280 to get these insights. Today, with the launch of Sigma X Mocks, each one of you can get these insights and use them to personalize your GMAT prep. In fact, the insights provided by the Sigma X Mocks go above and beyond those provided by the official ESR. To understand this, let's take a look at the official ESR hosted on mba.com. The ESR first tells you your overall performance in the 4 core sections: quant, verbal, AWA, and integrated reasoning. From this data, you can gauge how you did in each of the 4 sections. Now, we will limit our analysis to quant and verbal because these are the core sections. Now, based on the data, it is clear that this student did better in verbal than in quant. He scored 50th percentile in quant, while he scored 71st percentile in verbal. So let's analyze the quant section more closely. The quant analysis screen has 3 subparts: performance by subsection, performance by fundamental skills, and performance progression. We will analyze each of these screens one by one and compare them to the corresponding screens in Sigma X Mocks. The performance by subsection screen gives you 2 different rankings, one by the question type, that is problem solving or data sufficiency, and the other by true subsections. Note, while it's clear that this student performed better in arithmetic than in algebra, it is not really clear whether the poor performance in problem solving type of questions is because this student is poor universally in quant, or whether his lack of understanding in algebra or geometry is responsible for his poor performance in problem solving. Now let's take a look at the corresponding screen in Sigma X Mocks. Let's take a look at a student who scored 700 with a Q46. In this screen, we can see that the student did better in algebra geometry than in arithmetic. However, because the problem solving and data sufficiency assessment is provided by subsection, we can very easily infer that this student needs to work on his data sufficiency skills even in algebra geometry, a section in which he is better. So what's valuable here? First, your rankings in arithmetic and algebra. Why? Because these rankings provide insights as to where you need to focus, and then the corresponding insights in problem solving and data sufficiency question type. Note, other than Sigma X Mocks, no other mocks provide such insights. Next, we will take a look at the performance progression screen. This is a very valuable screen. It provides insights as to how the test adapted and answers the question why the student scored a Q44. This is also a very complex screen. It contains 3 different charts, all of which need to be studied together. The first chart shows your accuracy across blocks of questions. The quant section contains 31 questions. While a few of these questions are experimental, the rest are divided into 4 more or less equal blocks. The second chart is even more complex. It shows how the test changed the difficulty level of questions served to you as you progressed. As you hover over this chart, you will realize that this student was served questions of medium difficulty level till block 3, and then the overall difficulty level increased to medium hard in block 4. Now, the third chart is not an easy chart to read. It tells 3 pieces of information. The first one, the average amount of time spent per question in each block. The second one, the average time the student took to answer questions correctly. And lastly, the amount of time the student took to answer questions incorrectly. Again, the information is there, but you need to hover over it to get the same. One other thing, you get this insight for the overall quant section. You don't get these insights for arithmetic separately or for algebra geometry separately. Now, the progression screen in Sigma X Mocks provides all these insights in a simplified manner. We've combined the first and the second charts so you can see the accuracy and difficulty level information together. From this chart, you can see that this student did really well in medium and medium hard questions, but definitely needs help solving difficult questions. Also, when you take a look at the timing analysis, it is easy to infer that this student spent a lot of time up front, because of which he did not have enough time to spend in block 4. The best part, you not only get this analysis for overall quant but also for arithmetic and algebra geometry separately. Let's take a look. Here is the student's progression chart for arithmetic section. Two things jump right out. This student cannot answer hard questions in arithmetic despite spending the time on them. Secondly, the time required to solve a question increases as the difficulty level of question increases from medium to medium hard. This can be seen from the time per correct question increase in block 2 versus that in block 1. Now let's see the same analysis for algebra geometry. Here are a few things that jump out right away. This student did much better in hard questions in block 3 in algebra geometry than he did in arithmetic. No wonder he scored a Q48 in algebra geometry versus a Q43 in arithmetic. The time to answer questions increased significantly as the difficulty level of questions increased from medium to medium hard. Lastly, the poor accuracy in block 4 can be attributed to lack of time. Had this student spent a few more minutes on algebra, he would have scored much higher. Note, no other mock test in the industry provides such block level analysis or provides such subsectional insights. So overall, you can see how Sigma X mocks provide all the insights that the official ESR provides. You can also see how we have simplified the chart so that you can infer all this information a lot more easily. Secondly, the insights at a subsectional level go above and beyond what the ESR provides, and those insights empower you to precisely point out the areas you need to work on. In the end, I want to thank you. Let's work together to help you get to your dream school.